What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dropping Wisdom of Santos podcast. And today I have a new guest. Dennis, please introduce yourself and tell us what it's going to be about today.
My name is Dennis del Castillo. I am the founder and gopher for DC Rap Company, formerly known as DC Design and Media. I just changed it because it was too long. DC Rap Company is a little bit catchier. And yeah, that's what we do, man. We rap. We cover every vehicle, one vehicle at a time, trying to cover all the whole world.
Okay, at DC Design and Media, we are proud to offer a range of benefits that make us a great partner for your vehicle wrap and graphic needs. That's what's on your page as well. Okay. Now on your website's awesome. We're very well detailed, man. We are a local company with nationwide capabilities, specializing in large format design, prints, vehicle wraps, and more, serving Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Suffolk, and throughout the Hampton Roads area. Is a company that specializes in large format designs, prints, and related services. Okay, now, you guys are located at 2712 Nevada Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia. Your phone number is 757-390-2813. Your website is dcrapco.com. And
let me correct you there. My address is 2712 Nevada, and my phone number is 757-390-2818.
That's what I said, ain't it?
No, you said 13.
Oh, shit.
No, it's cool. I mean,
oh wait, my fault, man.
No, it's good.
Since 1-8 on here, I must have did it wrong. That's what it says. This 1-8 here. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Now that we got that out of the way, it's great seeing you again. I don't think I've seen you since like 2011 at Side Street Cantina.
Man, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems to me that was like a lifetime ago, man,
Yeah, I'm with you. I talk about things, man. I really think like, right now I live 4 lifetimes in one lifetime. The first lifetime is from birth to graduation of high school.
Yeah.
Then my second lifetime was 18 to 38, my active duty status.
Yeah.
That right now I'm in my third stage is retirement phase. And then my last stage is probably when I'm a senior citizen ready to fucking kick the bucket. That's how I look at it. So right now I'm in my third stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like a fucking long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It really does.
Yeah, same thing, man. It's definitely. I think you're like me, man, because I don't know, but like I feel like you have a calling in life until you conquer it, and then you got to find something else to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this is my second career because I don't know, but like as in 10 years ago, I had already put in close to 15 years in the restaurant business, man, and I thought that this was going to be my path, the restaurant business, because I've been in the restaurant business since I was in college, man.
And what were you running around here? Guadalajara and Side Street Cantina?
Guadalajara and Side Street Cantina was in Virginia Beach. But like whenever I went to college, Mississippi State, so I was in the restaurant business there too, So it was only a transition until like, I don't know, man. And just one day I just feel like, like I have nowhere else, to go. Like, and I knew nothing of, of rapping, and here I go, jumping through the cliff, jumped on that abyss and, to the unknown and trying to make something, man,
Yeah, unfortunately I only have one career. That was my active duty. Other than that, this ain't a career for me. This is just things I think I do is awesome. I don't make no money off this. People think I'll get paid like I'm Joe Rogan. I don't have no sponsors. This is free promotion, free advertisement for my guests. I make no money off this. That's why I try to sell my merchandise, a coffee cup and a magnet for $20, so because I pay out of pocket to keep it online. But let's get right into it, man. How or why this profession?
Like I said, man, one day, it was really, I stumbled upon it because, as you know, I was like in my last part of my career, I was at Side Street Cantina, right? So I was going through a divorce, man, and like, I didn't, I don't know, it just feels to me, man, that like the restaurant business is definitely for, you got to be really disciplined in the restaurant business to like to keep it to, it's definitely not, it's not conducive to marriages. You know what I mean? Because of the, you gotta be at, you gotta be at the restaurant 24/7. You're the first one there, the last one to leave. Especially if it turns into a bar, right? So at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're going home. And my ex-wife, my first wife, was like a high school teacher. So whenever I was coming home, she was getting ready to to go to school. So we're like in passing. So it's definitely not conducive. And I was like, I was going through a divorce. I was to me it was like if I was to change career, this is better time. This is the best time to do so. So a good buddy of mine used to own a wrap shop, and they separated, and his partner came to me and said, "Hey, I want another shot at it." So I was like, but I ain't got no money, so I was like, okay, here goes Dennis, bankroll it, right? I was a silent partner on it, and but at the same time, I was like, I was already out the restaurant business. I was there just because, but my heart wasn't there. So for my partner, he did not expect it. But I was like, okay, well, you give me 100%, 100% of the time now. And let's just put it like this: his work ethic and my work ethic are not the same. So, needless to say, we split, after probably 6 months, and I had to reinvent it, man. He had the know how, and he had all the know-how. He knew how to install graphics, and he knew how to design. He knew how to work the printers, and I didn't know anything, so it was time to learn. So I went to what's this college that you go to, YouTube University. So actually. That's how I learned, man. And here we are. Here we are.
Okay, talk about the licenses, permits, certificates. What are you just in a business license?
So yeah, like any other business, you
any type of permits or certificates or anything?
Moving forward, yes, but like
insurance,
yes, always. So like you need to have your insurance. Before I used to have $1 million, now we have a $2 million carrier, and it's just because if you want to, if we work on commercial vehicles, but a part of our business is also restyling other vehicles, or they're high-end vehicles like Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce. So if one of my installers messes up a handle, those Rolls Royce handles are $15,000 each. I gotta be able to pay for it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do need insurance for it.
Yeah.
Also CO is insurance.
You have to give warranty on your product?
Absolutely. 3-year warranty on commercial vehicles. We specialize in fleet. 80% of our revenue is commercial vehicles, fleets, medium sized to large size fleets, and yeah, man,
I'm gonna break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Explain your vehicle wraps, decals, and lettering. How do you do that?
Okay, so vehicle wraps, that's part of your commercial, right? That's a part of all our commercial services. Whenever you have a fleet, your vehicle wrap it could be a full wrap, it could be partial wrap, and it could just be as simple as lettering. Not that, one is cost effective whenever you do lettering, but another thing is like whenever a company is like bigger companies, they seem to want less. Like they brand very subtle, right? What they are and their phone number, because like I don't know, like you have 50,000 units all through the United States. You want to brand very subtle. You know what I mean? That keeps your costs low, and what's important is whenever you're wrapping a vehicle for a company, what's important is 3 things: who you are, what you do, and how to find you. The rest is the colors and pictures and all that. That's kind of like to bring your eyesight to what's important: who you are, what you do, and how to find you.
Okay, energy and safety window film installation. What's that mean? Like window tint?
Commercial tint. We
How dark can you get it? Like even if they say they want it dark as hell, even though you have to go by the state law of the legal intent.
No, it's as far as vehicles go, there is a state law. I think you can go. No, as a matter of fact, I know you can go to 25%.
Is yours 25%?
Never.
I'm looking at that like, God damn. Oh, I like that 10. I mean, I wish I could get that. I think I'm pretty close to that 10.
Yeah. So in vehicles,
so you're not mobile. That all has to be in a closed space due to outside elements, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's two types of tents. There's an architectural tent, which is for commercial buildings and residential, and automobile tent, which is obviously for vehicles, right? Yeah. And the vehicle tent is fairly new. We are in that space probably like half a year, and it's doing good. The bulk of our revenue comes from commercial tinting, which is like architectural, it's buildings, square footage, flat tint, like you tint your house, you tint your offices, that and the darkness of the tint not necessarily is because of government, but it's sometimes the thickness or the way your windows are done. Some windows have two panes. If you noticed, there's two pane windows. What happens in the two pane windows? What's in the middle? It's gas, right? So if you put too dark of a tint, the sun hits it. What does gas do whenever the sun hits it? It expands, correct? So if you put too dark of a tint, and if it's not spec correctly, the gas will expand and it'll crack your window.
Ah, okay.
So
you do house windows?
We do house windows.
How do you do house windows if you can't go to someone's house and do a window?
We do.
Okay.
That's mobile. That's mobile.
Oh, okay.
So
I really want my house tinted, bro. Every time I got that glare shining my damn TV, man, I get so mad because I'd like to get these windows tinted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whenever you get, like, whenever you want your the spaces, whether it be your residence or your workspace, a lot of people choose window tint for different reasons. One being, energy saving. Sometimes the more that your windows are protected, the less energy you spend. Whether it's
because it's blocking the heat.
Absolutely,
yeah. Just like in the car, basically.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Or also, it blocks cold. So also privacy. If you want, like there's buildings that have like that mirror tint. You see those mirrors with mirror tint. That means that they want privacy, right?
Yeah, because I like to have privacy here too. Is I'm naked all the time. I like to walk around my house naked, but I can't, because of windows and shit.
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to see Santos show. You
gotta
pay for that, man. You gotta pay for that, dude.
I can't afford that, bro. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the floor and wall graphics.
That's also architectural. You know what I'm saying? So there is two ways, right? So services that we do in our facility are vehicles and signage and all that, right? Services that we do outside our facility is going to be, architectural services, which, the tinting being one of them, wall graphics, storefront graphics, floor graphics, all those that, specifically are for, commercial use, to bring from, if you're doing the outside, the storefront, it brings, it enhances your brand and it gives a second curve appeal to your business. That's the main reason, which bottom line is more foot traffic in your business. So bottom line, what we do is we try to increase your bottom line via impactful graphics.
Pop-up retail displays.
Pop-up retail displays is trade show materials, flags, yard signs, what else? A tent.
Do you put like a sign like restaurant signs that are outside right by a road? You do those signs?
Those flags that go like this?
Those flags?
I do those.
Okay. Banners
all day.
Okay. What's it say?
Sandwich boards, those sandwich boards that that you see outside of.
Yeah.
We do those. Table throws and conventions. Those table throws with your name of your business. As a matter of fact, you need to get one of those. I'm gonna hook you up. Right?
Oh, that'd be nice. Oh,
Hell yeah.
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope.
Table throws, with your business. That way you look professional. Those are tents.
What are you saying? I don't look professional.
Man, I'm saying, you know what I mean?
This is all I got. I got my notebook. Discount.
In the tank top.
That's all I got.
I need to cut one of those tank tops, bro. I need to cut one of those tank tops sometimes.
What about storefronts lettering graphics?
So storefront lettering, dimensional lettering. So what it is like dimensional lettering is what it is. It's 3D letters. Have you been in an attorney's office and they say, in Broadno, like, in 3D?
Okay, yeah.
Those are dimensional letters. Display.
I know a lot of people that actually, I'm just thinking, going back to what we were saying,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that don't know anyone around here that, because they want their windows tinted in their house. Because this is going to be helpful, because a lot of people will want their windows tinted. Because I know I do. I got complained about the shit all the time. I went to Home Depot, buy the film, and I just can't set it up right. I get so frustrated.
Yeah.
That the tint you buy from, then you roll it down, and I can't do it, man. But yeah, if I can, that's really good. I know a couple people that I think would do that. It's because, especially if you're facing the east in the morning or the west in the afternoon, you're not suddenly blasting in, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I think that's great.
And a lot of people don't know, man, but it's like so much energy saving, man.
Yeah.
You save your electricity.
And I'm cheap
right now.
I'm cheap and poor.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I like, free 99 all days, Santos.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't know how much you're going to save in your electric bill.
Yeah.
If you take
And I know they're looking at the front end of how much you give them a price of it, but long term they're looking at short term of the price you give them, but long term you're actually saving money because of the bills.
I would say upfront cost. You know what I mean? Your upfront cost is gonna be well spent because in the long term you're gonna
and that
save
upfront cost as well as you also give 3-year warranties on the windows.
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Okay.
It's no brainer, man.
Trade show and display products.
That's what I was talking about. Your tents, your back, your banners, tents, flags. Mm-hmm.
Construction, barricade, wraps, and graphics.
Yep. You know how, like, whenever they're like doing construction and they like barricade all that and they put that mesh.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And sometimes they put it black, but then sometimes they see what it's going to be. Like in the oceanfront right now in that park, how like they have that mesh with all those apartments.
Do you have your logo on there anyway so people know it's you that created it? That's your business?
Sometimes if the client lets us, yes. But, it's hard for hey, just put it there. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Maybe like a little tag on the side.
A little tag, yeah.
Not like a banner or anything, but like a tag. Like, what kind of brand is this? Where'd you get this from?
What I do is I put a QR code,
Oh, okay.
That way, whenever it goes in there, my whole website goes there.
I'm down with QR codes, except if I'm at a fucking restaurant. If I'm at a restaurant, don't give me a QR code.
For menus?
Give me a menu, bro. That's what I'm still on that fact. Give me a menu. I ain't doing no QR code at a restaurant. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I ain't on that level yet.
Yeah.
I'm showing my age. That's fine. But I want to read. I want to flip and think. What do I want to get, man? I don't want to scroll do my damn phone and scroll down, scroll up and down. I want to see it.
Oh, especially we're getting old, so we gotta learn. We gotta look at that. It's like, oh my god.
I like and plus, I'm not the smartest guy, so I want pictures. What's this food look like? Give me a picture.
All right.
Okay, so construction and real estate signage,
site signs. You know how like whenever you're in the real estate, and they have like those little,
like for sale. Yeah. And the real estate agent's picture and the lettering. You do that shit too?
We do that, man.
Oh, shit.
Whenever like there's like construction is like this building is built by
and you know
you
know what's crazy? People drive by that type of shit every day, all day, and I bet you none of them think, who the fuck makes that shit? No one ever thinks, who made that sign? Who makes this real estate sign?
Yeah.
But that's you.
But like
that's crazy. And
that's good. What's crazy is that like one day I was talking to a friend because it was a future sales person, a sales rep that was going to join our team. And I was like, man, what can I sell? It's like just go through the avenue and start looking at all the signs and yard signs and signs that says companies. We can do all that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's crazy.
go through the streets and you'll see like vehicles that are passing by with like company names, storefronts, banners. We do all that.
Now, don't say the names, but do you have competitive businesses?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
like
okay.
Else, yeah.
I didn't know because I don't know, man. That's crazy. Okay, now this is another question. Thinking from a different angle here, do you? Because since you get your countertops installed, they put this thing in the middle of your kitchen. They do some type of radar, laser beam, trying to get your measurements. How do you measure the vehicle to get the wrap on there precisely that fits that?
There's software.
Software?
Yeah, there's a software that I use it. Look, man, thank God my wife joined me because I always have to have the newest and best thing to do our job. But if I would do that 24/7, I'll be broke. Like, thank God my wife, it always rails me in. It's like, hey, we ain't got it like that. But we have a software, and you just put in your year, make, and model, what vehicle it is, and it shows it shows all the measurements, each door, how much it measures, your square footage, a mock-up of your vehicle, and
oh wow,
yeah.
I was thinking about getting like a small sign, not a big sign, maybe put on the back of my Jeep window.
Okay.
But I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too extra. Man.
No, really, what you do, man, is for that you have there's a type of vinyl that has a lot of dot. It's kind of like dot matrix, that you could see through your window.
Yeah. And then there could be a QR code at the bottom so people can QR code.
Now you like QR codes.
Then QR code goes straight to my fucking Spotify shit. So full services sign shop offerings, what does that mean?
Full service sign shop. So full service means not only do we design, we print in-house, we install in-house, and also we do project management for like outside. So
so nothing goes out, everything stays in. Everything
stays in except installation sometimes. Why that is because sometimes like with our new website, my goal from here to between 5 and 10 years, and that's that's what I've been working on for the past couple of years, is me be the GC vehicle wraps through the United States, right?
Yeah.
So if they get, if you have a company in Columbus, Ohio, or Columbus, Georgia, we can take care of it. So what we do is like we contact, they contact us. We print other vehicles. We do the design and we sub out the installation through a 3M network. So we're a 3M company, right? We got vetted as 3M company. So what that means is that we have to go by stringent and strict rules of installation, how to everything has to be vetted by 3M. For me to be a 3M company, the 3M officials come to my shop. They do a site survey. They ask questions. They see all my processes, all my how we run in business. They get customer feedback. We have to submit recommendations. People we work for, whether it's municipalities, privates, big fleets, small fleets, and you get vetted. So you get put in a network of installers, right? This means that 3M taught you how to install with their standards, right? And this is a network that's the whole United States. So somebody that's a 3M installer in California has been taught to install it just like I have. So whenever I say, hey, look, I got to install in California, who wants to jump on it? I go through my network and say, I'll take it, So I know that job is going to be done with 3M standards, and I know that job's going to be done right. So that's how I'm expanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just going back because I'm always trying to think of certain questions here. Let's say someone calls you and says, "Hey, man, I would like for you to you give estimates. Will someone go to someone's house?
Absolutely.
They want my house tinted. Will they give you an estimate, or is there a cost to show up? How does that work?
No, it's free estimates.
Okay, free estimates.
It's free estimates, and within our service radius, if you will. Like, and we are in the Hampton Roads, in tent security film, storefronts right now. Those services are in the region. They're regional. They're within our service. I don't want, or I don't feel right now that confident that I can sub that service out to the United States. So that's something that I'm holding regionally. Vehicle wraps, yes, I can service that out because I count with this network. I don't have a network of tinters to do so. So to like, be confident that that job is going to be done right and to put my name on it. You know what I mean?
What's the easiest way to contact you for a business?
757-390-2818.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Just asking, man, because like when like I know there's a lot of local businesses, and I message them on Instagram, but I think that's sometimes that's the quickest and best way for me.
I mean, you can do it through Instagram, man. Like I said,
you'd be surprised, man. All these local businesses, they don't even read my message. And I'm like, it might be because as we don't follow each other, it's not in the primary section. It might be in the request section of the inbox, and they never check it. I don't think, you know what I mean. But I'm like, I wish they would because that's just what that's why I feel like, man, these guys, I don't know, I wish they could read their messages. Maybe I didn't know about the request. So I thought, what the hell? What are all these different categories of messages? And and I go on my request message. Next thing I know is a bunch of dirty.
Man. Since I've been because we've been increasing our reach via social media, Instagram to be exact, or to be specific. Facebook, yes, but not as much as Instagram. We get a lot of inquiries through Instagram. So, thank God that I have somebody that manages our social media, because if not, I'm never on social media.
Yeah.
I'm never on, on social media just BSing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I am all the time, it's just because, somebody telling me, hey, then it's time to, talk in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I see all those clips on TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok and Instagram, they're big, and especially in our realm, because it's it's very eye pleasing. You know what I mean? What we do. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more questions. What do you think your coolest rap was?
My coolest rap. Oh wow. I don't know if it's I rapped a Mercedes for Pusha T.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, cool. It was not. It was just.
You met him or?
Yeah, I met him. Yeah. So it was a black rap. So it was not like a vibrant color, but it was a cool dude. You know what I mean? He was a really nice guy.
Maybe I should get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
That
would be awesome.
I'll have you rap my Jeep.
Yeah. There you go.
What was your hardest rap?
Man, those motorcycles, man, are hard.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not a lot of square footage, but they can be tedious. Man.
So, of course, if someone's car is all scratched up and shit, is it cheaper to maybe get their car wrapped or cheaper to get their car painted?
Well, this is something that I get.
Is that a dumb question?
No, dude. As a matter of fact, this is what I get all the time, right? So a lot of people say, hey, you know what? I got a 2001, Sentra that it was my granddad and it was passed down to me and I want to wrap it, I tell them it's going to be around $4 to $5 grand. And just because, man, the same prep that you got to do to paint a vehicle, you got to do to wrap it.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if your clear coat is coming off, you still have to prep it. You still have to wet sand it. You might even have to spray a layer of paint before you even wrap it.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, because the vinyl is 2 mils thick, so it's very thin. So any imperfection in your paint is going to show right through your vinyl.
Okay. Okay.
So sometimes it's better for you to be honest with the client. It's all the time. Honesty is good all the time, but you got to be upfront with them. It's you might want to paint this vehicle.
Now with your wraps, let's say I want my Jeep Wrangler wrapped black. but if you look at it at a different angle, it looks like it's silver.
That's called color change.
Is that pricier than a regular color?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, it's called color flip. Sometimes the way the sun hits it and the angle, it's a one color, and then it changes. As you turn. Those are called color flip. They're cool. They're nice. But like I said, teach his own. Me myself, I much rather solid colors, a little bit more metallic.
Yeah.
Metallic colors, something that resembles more like paint. You know what I mean? But that's just my preference.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of different questions for my listeners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is I think going back to the hardest rap, Chrome, man. Chrome has to be the hardest.
Why is that?
Why? Because it doesn't stretch. You gotta manually impose your will to those curves in Chrome, and then whenever you start squeegeeing, Chrome is so shiny that might scratch. So it's between force and delicacy. You just got kind of like a woman.
So I got more questions here, man. It's because my brain thinks a certain way. Could you do because I don't know, when I was a kid I used to see this shit, how make a logo or something like a rap that says you say dropping wisdom, but then you kind of look at a different angle. It says with Santos, and the other word disappears. Those mirages?
Hologram?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You look this way and you look the other way. It's different words.
That's with two layers. Those 2 layers. You know what?
Can you do that on Windows?
I've never done those. And the reason why is because I think they need it doesn't print in a regular printer.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like layered, and you have to print, and then you got to lay it in a different angle. I don't know the technology. I would lie to you if I,
Okay, it's just a question, man.
No, I don't. No, I don't do it. Whenever they want those, we just order it.
Oh yeah. I get you. No shit.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think you pretty much touched up on everything.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for the Santos signature questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you think you ever witnessed paranormal activity? Have you ever seen
Yes.
Tell us the story that sticks out the most to you.
So this happened 2 weeks ago. In my shop, dude.
I tell you, man,
I love shit, dude. So I just got a brand new printer, right? It's a 64-inch UV printer, huge, right? So I had to put in a platform, and a lot of guys were like, it was, logistically, it had to be, you had to put some thought in it. So we put in a platform, and my buddy had a forklift, guy that, across the street, and he was lifting it. And I got a tool room the door was open right there, and I was trying to, I had like a straight line of, I was looking at it straight, but I didn't look, for some reason it was, a piece of the wall didn't let me look at the 100% of the door. So that's from the middle on down to the bottom. So I'm, kind of like doing, and the door went open. It went halfway, then open again, and it closed.
It was no ventilation.
There was no ventilation. There was nothing.
No
and
wind.
Me and another team member, we both saw it. It was like and just like that. And I remember
you only saw it. No smells.
No smells, no nothing, because there was a lot of people, and it just went all the way up. It went to the middle, and then it went up, out again, and then it closed.
Oof.
Yeah, dog.
Probably checking on what y'all doing, and it's like,
yeah, I don't know, but my and whenever I told that to my team members, and sometimes there's like some installers that are there for like later on in the night, they say they hear like steps in the second floor.
Oh, that's great. I love to do a paranormal investigation, bro.
That's what
I do. I'll go up in that bitch.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No, really?
Bro, I went to West Virginia to look for the Mothman. I don't give a fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I went in the woods.
Do you have equipment for that?
I just walk around. I don't give a fuck. I ain't scared of no motherfucking ghost. I'll fuck his ass up. That's what I look at it. No, man, I look for the Mothman, look for Bigfoot. Tombstone, went to Tombstone. Goldfield Mines was cool. And that Bordello. Yeah, man. Williamsburg is the most active.
Really?
Yeah,
San Antonio. I've been in San Antonio.
Yeah, we went to San Antonio, man.
The little railroads. Do you remember? Did you hear that?
No, that's the thing, man. We went to San Antonio, and that's when Ruby and I kick our ass, man, because we go to every town we go to, we always go in a ghost store because you learn the history of the city.
Yes.
And for some odd reason, we forgot We were too busy doing so much shit. We never went on a ghost store in San Antonio.
Like, there was like the story was there was like a railroad where there were like a lot of kids, a car stalled or something like that, and it got ran over by a train, and there was
Oof.
like I think 3 or 4 kids that were in the car and they were like died, right?
Ooh.
And now you like so like you know how like your railroads are like up in a hill, right? So you put your car there and put it in neutral, your car will go all the way up.
Yo, I seen that in some. I think I seen that at Ghost Adventures. I think
I witnessed it, dude. We put the car in, it went like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
shit. That was in San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Savannah's pretty active. That's a little creepy.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah,
That's a pirate town, right? Savannah.
Yeah, they call it. That's like the East Coast New Orleans.
Yeah,
pretty much. New Orleans is kind
I've
of
been
creepy
to
too, man. Because New Orleans got some creepy shit there.
Oh
too.
yeah, there was a lot of slavery in New Orleans.
Yeah. Okay, one more question.
Okay.
Do you think you've ever witnessed? You think you've ever seen a UFO or alien?
No.
No, not those.
No.
Okay, well, 1 out of 2.
But I did see some ghosts, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
Well, all right, brother. I appreciate you coming on. DC Rap, DCWRAPCO.com is their website. Their phone number is 757-390-2818. Dennis Castillo, 2712 Nevada Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia, 23513. Those are all your contact information. You guys are on what? Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube?
I'm building my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Not quite, but
Pretty much on all the social media platforms. Yep. Okay. And I have merchandise, coffee cups and magnets for $20 combo bundle if you guys are interested. And if you'd like to be a guest, please let me know. I'd love to have you guys on. Contact me any way you can. And follow me if you like the episode. If not, sorry, I'll try better next time.
The deal sounds nice. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Anything else before we go?
Nah, man. Yeah.
All right.
I wish everybody a good summer and love one another. That's about it.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you guys next time.